Hello, I'm Austin, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Morimoto XBT automotive light controller. So first, before I get into user testing and all that, I want to look at the app itself as it currently exists and just go over some of the issues that I've identified. And let's get into that. So the first problem that I kind of noticed immediately off the bat is you'll see there's no list of the devices that are connected to the app. I use this to control my car's headlights. So it's important for me to know just like when I'm connected to those. I'd like to be able to look at that and just see it and have some kind of feedback for it. The next issue I had is that this app comes with a lot of like pre-saved themes and favorites that you can't get rid of. Me personally, I never want my lights to be blue or red. And that's a preset theme on here. Very possible to accidentally click that. Really don't want to do that. I'd like to be able to just delete them so that it's not an option. And then finally, the app has these modes that you can switch your lights to. Solid, fade, strobe, loop. There's no way within the app to tell what these do. That's just something that I'd like to fix because there was no way for me to tell what they did until I tried them, and that's probably not the best way for it to be. Real quick, just before I get into the user testing videos and explaining my solution to these problems, I just want to explain the script that I ran my users through. Users were first asked to pull up a list of the devices that they are connected to. Next, they were asked to delete an unwanted theme. And finally, they were asked to pull up an explanation of each mode. So now that we know the problems and kind of what we're looking for, let's see how people were able to navigate the prototype. So this is the first user after being asked to pull up a list of the connected devices. Pretty much got it right away. She didn't know that she could tap that button, but once she got it, the list is right there. Very, very plain to see. Something I did notice is that there was a little bit of trouble trying to close the menu. She didn't seem to put together that she needed to click the hamburger again and was trying to like swipe it over, which is very natural. I think I maybe should have added that in the prototype. Now we're on to the second question where she was asked to delete a theme that she no longer wanted. Also pretty much got this right off the bat. Just clicked on the themes button and then saw the X and pushed that. And while I was asking this, I threw favorites in there as well, just to see if it was just as easy to get over to the favorites tab and delete one, and she was also able to do that very quickly. Now on to the third prompt, where she was tasked with finding out what the different modes do, and you can see first she went to the themes tab, which maybe themes and modes kind of feel like the same thing, but eventually she found the help menu. It took a few tries, maybe it wasn't very obvious, but she did eventually make her way over to it, and that's kind of what the goal was. The second user also didn't seem to have any trouble finding the connected devices. They intuitively clicked on the hamburger, just kind of knew immediately that's where they needed to go. For the second prompt, when he was asked to delete a theme, he navigated instead to the favorites menu, which tells me that there might be some kind of overlap or a little bit of confusion over the difference between a theme and a favorite, which is something that I also felt when using the app, but I didn't feel the need to change it for the prototype. However, going forward, I think it would be beneficial to maybe combine the two into a singular menu. So now I made it to the third prompt where he's been asked to find out what the different modes do, and this is something that is kind of hard for me to test because I don't have Bluetooth connection in the prototype. Intuitively, he wanted to just click on the modes and watch what the lights would do, but we couldn't connect. It's a Figma prototype, so we couldn't connect it to any actual lights, and that's something that may have been considered when the original app was made. And maybe that's why there are no explanations within the app, but I still think that having an explanation or a help button somewhere would be beneficial. This also led me to rephrase the prompt for later tests. Just instead of saying, hey, how would you find out what these do? I rephrased it to be more like, you don't have any lights to try this out on, then what? So this is the third user on the first prompt. Went one menu in too deep instead of stopping on the hamburger, just maybe didn't notice it, and then clicked on the help menu. This could be because I neglected to reset the prototype from the last user testing session, and one of the connected devices was deleted. So with the second prompt here, pretty straightforward. She immediately figured it out. The themes and favorites seem to universally be pretty easy to navigate to and get rid of. Even though I did reword this question, the same thing that happened in the second user testing session happened again, where she just wanted to like click the strobe button and then watch what the lights would do. And that would work, but there were no lights. However, as you can see in the video, she did pretty much immediately after that make her way into the help menu, which is what the intended result of this was.